Hi there, good evening everybody. I want to welcome you here to the Prog Monster. My name is Murph. I am the host of this show. This is a show dedicated to progressive rock and other forms of rock music. So we're running a new show. This will be its debut episode. It's called Top of the Charts, and we're taking it from the Billboard Top 200. So I'm going to give you the 10 albums on the Billboard Top 200 for the week of March the 26th in the year 1977. So, and then after I give you each of the albums that's on the top 10, so I'm going to give them from the bottom, from the 10th to 1st, then we'll talk a little bit about the six, in this case, 6 albums that were rock albums. Sorry, I got something in my eye here. So we'll start at the bottom. So the first one up is Pink Floyd's Animals in the 10th spot. Been on the charts now 6 weeks at this point. Next up in the 9th spot is In Flight. This is from George Benson. This one's been on the charts about 7 weeks. Just going to move up here a little bit. Next up is the number 8 spot is Candace's Left Overture. Been on the charts at this point in time 21 weeks. So the next up after that is from John Denver, his Greatest Hits Volume 2. This is on the charts at this point for 4 weeks. That's your number 7 album. Your number 6 album comes from Boston's debut album. This at this point in time had been on the charts for 27 weeks, so over half a year in the 6th spot. Next up in the 5th spot is Steve Miller's Fly Like an Eagle, and this has been on the charts at this point 44 weeks, and currently sitting in the number 5 spot. 44 weeks, that's a fairly lengthy time on the charts. Next up is the Songs in the Key of Life by Stevie Wonder, and that was on the charts at that point in time 24 weeks and is currently sitting in the 4th spot. Sorry, I keep trying to press the wrong computer here. So next up is, in the 3rd spot, is A Star Is Born soundtrack featuring Barbra Streisand and Chris Christopherson. This is in the 3rd spot and has been on the charts at this point for 16 weeks. So the final two, the top 2, are both rock albums. The number 2 is Rumors from Fleetwood Mac, on the charts for 5 weeks. Here she is here. Great album. And then last, and in not particularly least, but in the number 1 spot from the Eagles, their Hotel California album. 14 weeks on the charts here in March 26. So we're going to talk a little bit more. I'm just going to turn this off now, as I got all the information I needed off of it. And we're going to talk a little bit about the 6 rock albums. So that's all the albums that I think are relevant to the channel. The other albums are not really relevant, although there was 4 of them. So the first one, of course, is the Hotel California. Considered arguably their best album. I think chart-wise it was their biggest, and sales-wise was their biggest. Not my personal favorite, but I think for many people this would have been considered their big album with their big hit, Hotel California. The next one down is, I think this one was in 2nd spot, Fleetwood Mac's Rumors, another huge selling album. Also their magnus opus, the same thing. So a lot of really big hits on this album. I think like 3 or 4 of them. Considered to be Fleetwood Mac's big album. Next down is this one, Steve Miller Band's Fly Like an Eagle. I don't know if this was their biggest album. Studio-wise, I think it was. And lots of big hits on here, many of which appeared on the Greatest Hits. I'm just going to get my glasses on here so I can tell you what's on here. So this has Fly Like an Eagle. Wow, they got that really dark. Wild Mountain Honey's on here as well. Take Your Money and Run, and Rock Me, Keep on Rockin' Me Yeah, so there's some really fairly big hits on this. And this was the next one down. The next one down is Boston's debut album, arguably the biggest selling debut album in history, one of the best albums ever, I think. The album is proliferated from top to bottom with great songs. More Than a Feeling, of course, Peace of Mind, Long Time, Foreplay, Smokin' is on here, Hitch a Ride. Yeah, just proliferated with big stuff. Also on the charts at that month. Next up is Kansas Leftover Tour, another big album. Many consider to be, almost all of these albums so far have been their biggest album in their history. This one is probably the same, Leftover Tour here, with the big hit on here, which is Carry On My Wayward Son. There's a bunch of other decent stuff on here. I'm not a big fan of Kansas, but I understand why a lot of people are. And then the final one is Pink Floyd's Animals, the only one of the rock albums that I have that is not necessarily considered their magnus opus, but it is my personal favorite album by them. Lots of good stuff on here. This is a strong album with a great cover as well. So those are the 6 rock albums on the charts for that week. I'll give you them all now in descending order. If I didn't erase it, which it looks like I did, but that's okay. It won't take much to get it back here. Just give me 1 second. I guess I pressed the button a little bit too early. And there we are. So, the top 10 for March the 26th of 1977 off the Billboard Top 200 features, might as well do this again, Hotel California from the Eagles. Number 2 is Rumors from Fleetwood Mac. Number 3 is A Star Is Born soundtrack from Barbra Streisand and Chris Christopherson. Number 4 is from Stevie Wonder, his Songs on the Key of Life album. Number 5, Fly Like an Eagle from Steve Miller. Number 6, Boston's debut album. Number 7, John Denver's Greatest Hits, Volume 2. Number 8, Leftover from Kansas. Number 9, In Flight from George Benson. And last, number 10, Animals from Pink Floyd. So there you have it. That's the top of the charts. Now, I may fiddle with the format for this once I see how this kind of plays out the first time through. But I hope it was fun to do. Please hit the like and subscribe. Are any of these among your favorite albums? You let me know. Anyways, you can leave any comments about any of the albums or bands or the charts at all if you want in the comment section below. I'll try to answer anything that I can. So take care, have yourself a good evening, and goodbye.